Happy Wednesday, Flosstube. Hello, crafty friends. It is Wednesday, November the 4th. My name is Caroline. I have a funny feeling that today is going to be a very short crafty chat, daily crafty chat. I have my sock at the ready. Haven't touched it since I chatted with you yesterday. So I'm just gonna try to put in at least 2 or 3 stitches here while we chat. Yeah, I think I know that I don't discuss politics or religion on my daily crafty chat, but I think that we can all agree that what is happening in the United States over the last couple of days is something that we are all watching. Doesn't matter where you're from. I am Canadian, and we are watching the results of the election along with you. And I'm sure, like many of you out there visiting with me today, feeling a little out of sorts today. So I don't think that that is perhaps an unusual feeling for many of you out there as well. So I don't really have a lot to talk about today. I think today is going to be a quiet work day, quiet sewing day, hopefully packaging up some orders this evening and spending a bit of time with my family. I did work on, okay, so there, I think I did 10 stitches. So I can say that I put 10 stitches into my sock. Success. I did work on some fill-in on my History Stickmuster piece last night. This is the Colors of Venice. There has been some discussion on this piece over on the Facebook group, the Friday Off the Grid Facebook group. I believe it was Emily, who is the mother of Sam, the little boy. Sam and Katie, excuse me, both. She has 2 littles, Sam and Katie, and Katie has started cross-stitching, and Sam is a huge fan of Luna. So if you guys are watching today, hi Sam and Katie. I hope you guys are having a great day. And so it was Sam and Katie's mom, Emily, who posted yesterday on the Facebook group. She was wondering, first of all, could she print from the Silk Stitching app? And the answer to that is no. They are not PDFs if you're in the Silk Stitching app. The designers that are there, and I'll admit, I went in last night, I updated my app and I went in because I just had to see the charts that Jakob from Modern Folk Embroidery has added in. So, well worth my time. I don't regret a minute of it. It was fun. I also checked out the new highlighting app, you know, seeing how much percentage of the design you've done, and it works flawlessly. I mean, it's such a nice addition to that app. It's really going to be a useful tool. So Emily was saying, can I print out the patterns from the app? And the answer is no. They're not PDFs. They only work within the app. But I think that, and I think the problem was because it's only an iOS app. That may have been the issue. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, the answer to that is no. Unfortunately, you can't print them out. Her other issue was that she had difficulty with the History Stickmuster webpage because, of course, it is in German, and she wasn't able to translate the page. Now, I know that I've been there, and I was able to hit the Google Translate button and have it translated into English. So I do know that it's possible, so I'm not quite sure what happened, why you weren't able to find that. I do know it's possible, so maybe try a few other things, and there should be a workaround there. Sorry about the messages. My father-in-law, many of you know my father-in-law. We're very close. He lives in the city now. He of course is on the island with us. He lives in the city now. He's back home with us. He is awaiting cataract surgery, and so he had an appointment today to find out whether that's still going to happen on the scheduled date, which I believe is next week. But that is now in jeopardy because a few days ago, well, he's been dealing with this for a while. My father-in-law is a retired GP, a retired family doctor. And many of you out there will know that sometimes members of the health profession make the worst patients ever. So he's never going to watch this. So I can tell a little tale about him behind his back. He developed an infection in his eye, and he's been treating it. He's been keeping a really close eye on it, but he probably should have had it checked out a little bit sooner, but he didn't. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's just way over there, and I really want to I just want to finish our chat today so that I can, you'll know what I mean. He had to go to the emergency department and have his eye checked out. He has an infection, and unfortunately it has spread down into his cheek. So now his cataract surgery, I'm sure, is probably in question. So there's a lot of messages flying back and forth about, how we're proceeding in the next couple of weeks. Anyways, so let me show you what I worked on last night. I was just working on this bottom corner of this amazing chart. Again, there is the German. That's all of the information there. So if you love this pattern, look up on the screen now. And the English translation of the pattern, it is called The Colors of Venice. And it is a beauty. It's a beauty. The colors, oh, the colors. I'm sorry, I had to go and turn off. I had to get up and go and turn off the phone because it kind of just started dinging like a, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was going a bit bananas. So I worked on the fill-in last night of the one square. My frame is a little, I don't have the sides as tight as they should be because of, oh, never mind, it's not important. Let me just show you. So yeah, I think I put in 4 or 5 strands of floss. I am using all of the called for materials. This is a 40 count gorgeous white linen that was provided from Dorothy at Historische Stickmuster. So it is it's a European linen that it's a little bit more firm, a little bit more stiff than more traditional, not traditional, but you know what I mean, other linens that I've been used to that have had a softer hand feel. It's just got a little bit more sizing in it, but because I have it on the frame and I'm not working in hand, it doesn't bother me at all. I find it is absolutely wonderful to work on. And I know that if that did bother me, I could always wash it and the sizing would come out and it would have a much softer hand feel, which is most likely, I believe that's the reason why all hand-dyed fabrics feel a little bit softer, because of course they have been put through that process. So it's white linen, 40 count, 1 thread over 2, and I am using the called for absolutely gorgeous Versoix silks. And yeah, so a little bit more fill in tonight. Possibly. I am really, many of you will remember a number of months ago, I started a quilt top for my friend Josh in the Netherlands. And Josh is a knitwear designer. We've been friends for a few years now. We met through, she was a viewer of the Fiber Friends podcast, and it was one of those online friendships that clicked almost immediately. And Josh is, she is ill. She has neurosarcoidosis, and I just saw a post. I'm really behind on everything, and I happened to catch a post that Josh's medications, she mentions that her medications are not working anymore as they should. And I think that this next phase of her illness is, it's a bit of a scary time for her. So her quilt has kind of jumped my priority list to the very top after getting the orders out of the shop. So I need to look at what what needs to get done. Obviously everything needs to be made and packaged and shipped out the door. But once everything in the shop is caught up, I may actually close the shop for a week so that I can focus on Josh's quilt, because I really, I feel very strongly about getting this out to the door and to her, to show her a little bit of love from me. So that I would really love to have out the door to her by the end of November. So it is now, it's now gone to the top of the priority list. So I need to get through my work because, well, I still have to pay my bills. and then that will be something that I hope I should be able to, you know, if I put my mind to it. I am not a quilter. I have very little experience in making quilts. I have done it before, but it's been a few years since I've actually finished a quilt. So I know that it's going to take me some time. It's going to take me some fiddling, but I know I can do it, and I know that Josh will love it. I am using fabrics that are actually her aunt's. So it will be a very meaningful quilt for her, and so I need to get that finished. It's critical that I finish that sooner rather than later. And that's so that's what I'm up to. So probably my daily crafty chat videos over the next couple of days are going to be, and I know I said today was going to be brief, and it's probably even longer than I expected it would be. But over the next couple of days, I will probably have to try and keep it brief so that I can get everything done and fit everything in. And that's it. That is it for me today. So I wish you well. I hope that you're okay. I hope you're safe. And I hope that you can find a little bit of relief in your crafting today and in the days ahead. And I wish you well and happy stitching, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.